What's up, guys? We are on. What's the name of this damn field? Name of this map again? Farming Valley 2.1, I believe. Um, I did record some farm mechanic, but I had volume issues with the game itself not saving, and needless to say that you really couldn't hear nothing I was saying. So, we're gonna do a little bit of this, and I've got this field and that one over there to the far end bought, and we're gonna get them prepped up, and I figured I could do a little bit of talking while I did this to kind of sum up what I had said in the farm mechanic, which was a complete fail. So, gonna get this guy going here, I suppose. And we'll duck inside for a minute. So what's going on with you guys? Not much here with me. Earlier this morning I had taken my lawnmower to get to get it looked at first of all, and to see if what I thought was wrong with it really is. Um, and apparently it in fact is needing what I thought it would be, which is a PTO clutch. Let me whip this guy around. I don't think my GPS is... Wait a minute. I made a boo-boo. Come on, Jeff, get it together, man. Yeah, run into the tree. Let's see, let me move the offset over a bit. Say right about there, looks good, I believe. Eh. Whatever. we're gonna hire a guy, let him go. The hell with it. I'd much rather let someone else than not pay them to do it. And I can go get into... What can I get into? How much money do I have to spend here? Can I go and buy a tractor? How about this guy here? How much is it gonna cost me? I don't care about the green star. I don't care about the tires. 310 horses. Let me see something real quick. This requires 350. And that one is just not gonna do it. 300. 390. This one I can get it. But I don't want a Fendt. Matter of fact, I think I already have one. Let's see, what can this? 435, and it cost me $319,000. What do I have? This got the ponies. Let's see, this one's got um um doesn't say. Shit. Alright. The one I already have now, it's got 320. And that cultivator needed how much again? 350. Darn. I don't think none of the ones that I got are strong enough to pull it. Yeah, that one ain't gonna cut the mustard. I backed up too far. I don't want nothing that big. Oh boy. Okay, what about this case here? No standard, I don't want the crawler. And let's see, we're gonna have it airdropped right there. I'll get this guy, and we'll put him. We'll make a circle around. Right here looks good. I'll sit here and wait for him to do his thing, and I can chit chat a bit and lay back, and my guy inside the tractor can take a snooze, and I can have a smoke. How about that? But anyway, back to the story at hand. Like I said, being that the other video was a complete fail, I can explain in this one that my lawnmower, I have two. Well, I've got two riding mowers, one push mower, and one string trimmer that I just got at Christmas. The push mower is a um, Honda Harmony 2. Nothing really fancy about it. It's just a mulching push mower. Doesn't have the bagger attachment or anything like that of that significance. But and I bought it used. I didn't give but $50 for it. All of my equipment except for my string trimmer is used. But a little over a year ago, well, actually not even a year ago. Well, let's just say less than a year. Um, I bought the newer of the two riding mowers, and when I bought it, I had all intentions of buying it for parts. because it's the Cub Cadet 2186, and the older one I have is the Cub Cadet 2155. The only big significant differences between the two is that my Cub, the 2155, has got a 42-inch deck. It's got the 15 horse Kohler Command on it. Or no, Courage, the Kohler Courage. And the other one is the 2186 that I have has got the 18 horse Kohler Command, the V-twin, and it's got a 44-inch deck, and it's got the 23.5-inch tires in the rear and the 16s in the front, whereas the other one has got like the 6.5 or 8.5 fronts and then 15s or so in the rear. But I was gonna take the headlight assembly, the hood. Essentially, I was gonna take the whole lawnmower if it didn't run, if it didn't work, if everything on it was a complete fail, or if it was going to cost me a big fortune to get it fixed. We're talking like $1,000 or more. And it come to being that the guy told me that sold it to me says, well, I've had it for such and such long, bought it, blah 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 blah. All of a sudden, it got to the point where it didn't want to. The PTO didn't want to engage anymore on it, and the PTOs on those are electric. They've got the magnetic charge in them. When you pull the switch, it engages, disengages, whatever. He said that it was blowing fuses and stuff, and they just didn't want to spend any more money in it, which I don't really see where they spent any money in it at all. I mean, this thing was built probably 2006, 2008. My older one was like a 2003, 2004, somewhere in there. When I bought it, it didn't run. The PTO wouldn't engage. Or, well, obviously if it didn't run, I wouldn't know that the PTO would or would not engage. And, the guy made it sound like he had left it outside for like a couple of weeks, where it had been rained on and birds had pooped on it and all kinds of bugs had crawled up in it and God knows whatever else, right? Well, the thing is that those 2 weeks that he said that it sat outside actually was a couple of months. So technically you're talking anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks it sat outside. In all the weather. Hot, cold, well, not really cold, but hot and wet, damp, whatever. So I was pretty confident that the gas tank probably had some water in it. And it does. It still does. It's got just a tad bit of water residue left in it that I'm trying to get out. And it has been a real pain in the ass to do so. Because on those particular lawnmowers, you have to pull the whole deck off. Well, not deck, but the whole back half body. The part you sit on. You take it completely off, and then you can get the gas tank out. Now, if you've got a lift that you can put it on and pick it up and be able to unbolt it and get all the bolts out and then go from there, you're good to go. But if not, then you're pretty much SOL. Let's go look at the tractor on the inside here. But yeah, the everything, like I said, but I got it home after I bought it. And the guy wanted, I mean, he didn't want hardly anything for it. It was really dirt cheap. He wanted, I think he listed on Craigslist for like 250 bucks. And I give him 220 for it. But you're talking about a lawnmower that when it was brand new was sold for about $3,000. And the PTO clutch for it cost around 330. I paid 220 for it. So if you take that $220 that I bought, invested into it, and then, or better yet, let's just say not invested. Let's just say purchased it for 220 bucks, and then I'm going to invest about 420 or so into it. That's a hell of a lot better than spending, in my opinion, just buying the mower for $700 and then the PTO die on it. You see what I'm saying? So I think I got a good deal on it, if I'm honest. Um, I mean, otherwise it doesn't look hurt at all. Everything on it works. I mean, not really missing any parts. The only parts that were missing, it needs like one spring that goes to part of the deck, and the side panels that mount to the sides of the engine, that wraps around the engine. The guy didn't have a clue where they were at, but I bought a pair off of eBay for it for like 50 bucks, and we'll call it good. Um, the funny thing is, when I took it and dropped it off today, the guy who sold, who I originally talked to, had quoted me a price of like $328 for the clutch, and then like $70 to $100 to put it on. I was fine with that. Not a big deal. Well, then today when I took it and dropped it off, probably because I had to drop it off before 12 o'clock because I had to be back home and at work at 1:30. Um, Wednesdays are my short days where I only work 4 hours. So I get back home, detach the trailer for the truck, get myself together and mess around for a little bit, head to work. Probably not even an hour after I get there, I get a phone call from the guy who took all my information when I dropped it off. He quotes me a price. He says, we figured out that it is in fact the PTO clutch is going on it. The one we have in stock is like 400 and some odd dollars, and it's gonna cost about 100 to put it on. So you're looking at about 550. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sitting here in my mind freaking out. And well, let's see, this guy's done, but not really. Um, oh man, stupid trees. I'll finish my story here in a second. Let me just get all this squared up and away first. Gotta get all this plowed in. Yeah, I decided to give Pine Cove a break for a little bit. This is a pretty decent map. I can't complain. I mean, the guy really didn't do too much editing on it. But I figured we'd do a little bit of playing. Ideally, this plow was really too big for this field, but I wanted to go ahead and get it done, so yeah. I passed it. While he's filling up, we'll go over here and get this guy going. Have at it there, Ivan. Looks like an Ivan. Yeah, alright. filling up. Good gracious. Um, damn. What was I talking about last? Oh, okay. So yeah, the guy called me and said that the PTO clutch was gonna be like to buy it and put it on was going to be like $550, and I'm freaking out. And I'm like, oh God, how the hell am I gonna pay for that? And you know, I mean, I was already prepared to spend 300, right at 400 plus, but 500, almost approaching six, was a little bit treacherous. So, with that being said, hey, I want to jump up there and stand. There we go. Yeah, I'm having it on my mind. I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm trying to go ahead and just get all my work done at work. And all of a sudden, my phone rings again, and it's the same people who I dropped the lawnmower off to. Well, it so happened to be that it was the original guy that I had talked to begin with when I actually initially priced the clutch itself. And he tells me, he's like, Jeff, listen, he says, those guys told you the wrong price. Um, it's actually going to be significantly less than what they told you. Matter of fact, it's going to be exactly what we had discussed prior. You're going to be paying $328 for the clutch, and whatever it costs labor-wise for them to do what they got to do. So you're looking at about 400 and something out the door. And I said, yeah, hell yeah, that's a lot better than 550. Um, I could save 80 to $100. So why not? Um, it's just one of those things that it's the little things that gets on me. It's not so much the big stuff, but that's how I've always been. So alright, you can carry it away, Frank. I guess you're Frank. Let's see, this guy's be about done here soon. He's doing a damn good job. Let's see, how much time did I have allocated for this? Yeah, it was over an hour's worth. It was in Farming Mechanic, and I'm like, wow, the audio sounds like crap. Because I turned down the main volume so you could hear me talk. Because the in-game volume wouldn't change for some reason. And I don't know why. But it is what it is. Oh man, sorry about that. The Sandman is approaching. Is approaching. I think I'm gonna move this guy out of the way. Uh, is it gonna hit or miss? It's gonna hit it. It's gonna hit it. It's gonna hit it. It's gonna hit it. Oh boy. Yeah, I didn't care. I was gonna go ahead and gotta get it done. I can easily roll that back over. That's not a problem. We're gonna park this guy right here. And that'll be good to go on that. I wonder if I can use this truck here to push it back over. Come on. We almost had it. Look at that. All right. Got that guy in there. Cluck, 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 cluck. Okay. Let me see, let me see, let me see. This guy be done in probably about 1, 2, 3 1/4 passes maybe. I think. Combine. Yeah, my pallet production's already in place. I might have to get a trailer or something down here and start loading that stuff up to move it where it needs to go. Matter of fact, it looks like this one's a full one. So we can go ahead and pull it off for the moment. Normal walking speed would be nice. And we'll just sit it right there. And then we can walk over here and pull this off. And we'll sit it. Let me turn around. Sit it. Come on now, act right. Right there. And this is full. So we can take this, put it right there. And that's pretty much how that works. You go over here to your lumber yard. You add logs, fuel, you get lumber. Take the lumber, you drop it off here. This gives you pallets. You take the pallets, you put them here. And then once you've put pallets on this side, put wood chips here. The wood chips gives you boxes, or package boxes. And this one right here gives you empty boxes. And then you take these here, you run up here, and eventually you're gonna drop off, your pallets, and you'll be able to get fruits and vegetables into those. And of course you got to add water and compost. I've been adding compost, and I've about got all of them full, almost. I haven't gotten any water up here yet, so that'll be an upcoming thing to work on it to do. Let's see, Helper F has completed their task. Where's Helper F? Here? Yes. Alright, get him going back on that. And of course, you've got your regular cattle as far as your sheep, chickens, pigs. Yeah, cows, pigs, sheep, chickens. Then you got a potato washer, your TMR machine, your pig food mixer, fields out the yin yang. It's pretty obvious. You look at the map. It's just a excuse me. You've got just it's a Gold Crest remake, and the guy added a few things in. There's also a brewery up here. I seem to be stuck in a wall. That's not very nice. Visit here, and then just walk over there. Yeah, there's part of this up here is also a production type deal. We gotta get it going and be making beer. And of course, whatever else I decide to do or not do or whatever. Trying to think, is there anything else? Yeah, you got your compost maker. It's going. Let's see, that's the box pallet area. Sawmill. I think that's about it. About sums that up. So we're going to wait for this guy to get done, and I think I'm going to call it an evening. Because there's not really a whole lot else. Well, there's plenty to do. I just don't have the time tonight to do it. I got to be up at 7:30, and I kinda need to get something to eat too, so yeah. Let me unhook this guy real quick. Not that. And we'll just put that right there for the time being. Trying to think if there's anything else that I can do. I thought there was a fountain around here somewhere. I'll let that fill up. And he is almost done. Do like one more pass. Yep. It's been a eventful day, to say the least. And honestly, I cannot wait until Friday, because it has been a long week. I'll go ahead and hop back in here. Get down to this end here, and we'll put this thing away, or move it out of the way. Alright. Well, that is going to be it for this evening. I'm sorry that it's not a really long video, but we'll make up for it in due time. I've got to see if I can figure out what I can do about the farm mechanic deal, because excuse me, I just did not like the whole volume deal with the in-game shit. And I think that if you set it for something, it should stay that way instead of keep reverting back to what they want it to be. But anyways, I think that's what we're gonna call it. So I can find somewhere to go to take a decent screenshot of something. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll kind of get the flag in the background there. That's really American, isn't it? Screenshot move. Yes, 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 yes. And ta-da. Go back in and do that. And we are good to go. Anyhow, you guys have a good one. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and come join me on Discord sometime and hang out. Me and the fellas can get up in there and talk a little bit of junk sometimes and have a good time. But anyway, you guys have a good one. Catch you later.